Welcome to the Strenuous Life Radio, the podcast where entrepreneurs, men and women, learn the essentials and human skills of the strenuous life. And now, here is your guest host, Jimmy.
Hello, guys. Today, we're going to be talking about something. It's called Go Fishing for Dreams. Now, JR is going to have something like that in a later episode. But this one is more about, his is going to be more about a spiritual line, if you know what I mean. Whereas here I want to talk to you about, really this is kind of a cross between friendship and professional. And just a caution. Because this is a constant repeated cycle for me, as it is with most people, when you're on the journey to success. You're going to have well-meaning people that say, "Oh, I love you no matter what, but don't you dare do that." That's what I went through Jim Bob. And to some degree, I'm going through that today. And it was back in 2003. I announced, it was February, my buddy Keith was dying. My mother was in the hospital with pneumonia. I was going nuts. And I announced to Jim Bob that I had applied to graduate school at Texas Tech a few weeks before. And I was checking the process of my application and everything. And we were having a Bible study, that Friday night in mid-February. And Jim Bob was like, Jimmy, I really wish you could stay. I wish you could stay. And Brad said, Jim Bob, as much as we would want Jimmy to stay, we have to let him go. I don't want him to go either, but we have to let him go so he can grow and be what he has to be. And I'm going to give some advice that is going to be tough, but at the same time it's for mine and everybody else's good as well. I think in order to find keys of success, we've got to start compartmentalizing our lives. And that's going to be tough. But it's got to get done. In the inner ring are your confidants. Your ride or die people. They're the ones that are going to love you no matter what, whether you're right or wrong or anything. They'll go visit you in the hospital. They'll come see you if you're in jail. They'll come drag you out of the bar, kicking and screaming to make sure you're on the right path. Because they love you too much. They're your ride or die people. They care where no one else will. I have 3 in Midland, Odessa, and I have 2 in Utah. If you want to be successful, I'm having to learn a really hard lesson. It's pulled on my heartstrings, but it's got to be done. Compartmentalization. And then you have what's known as your affinity friends. These are some of the ones that you have some of the same causes. and really, truthfully, for me, it's my church friends and my Toastmasters friends. And to be honest with you, if one affinity group of friends conflicts with another, You gotta decide which one you value most. And that's a heart-wrenching decision in and of itself. But it's still outside of your ride or die group of people. Then there's a third group of friends. The people you would get together that would go against a certain cause that you oppose. Like the pro-life people. I'm part of the pro-life crowd that's against abortion. I would fight against that any way I could. Okay? That's your third group. Let me tell you something. Don't tell those last three groups what you would tell your inner circle. Jesus said it himself. Don't cast your pearls before swine, lest they turn again and rend you. That's happened to me a lot this year. I've had my heart broken a lot of times. They had people that swore that they cared, that they were my ride or die people. And this is something that's a success principle that I need you to see and note right here and right now. You're really, really going to know who your ride or die people are. Because you get to know them and they click they click with you right there. They know certain parts of you that others shouldn't. And they click with you, and they're your buddies, and they're the ones that care, and they want us to see you succeed. And maybe I can add what actually I have 5 in Midland, Odessa, and 2 in Utah. No, 4 in Midland, Odessa, and 2 in Utah. But that being said, guys, come on. We all know, and this is something I need to learn. Because of our culture, when we're going fishing for dreams, we can't cast our pearls before swine. In the late winter of 2021, I went on what might be noticed as some deep sea fishing with Bishop Dave and his father. And I saw Bishop Dave cast a net. And you had to avoid, in some ways, the birds that would want to feed on little fish. The fish is the ones that are you in a circle that want to have your dreams. And the birds are the ones that want to eat up the fish. So you got to be careful what kind of bait you put out. Yeah, I love to fish. If I had more fishing buddies, I'd get up and go fishing at 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 o'clock in the morning. My morning time, so it's time to fish. But when you're going fishing in personal development, you gotta watch what you say. Because if not, sadly, people are gonna break your heart. I've seen it. People I thought maybe I could see a little bit of a kindred in intellect. Maybe some to a greater degree, some to a lesser degree. And so, one of the things that I'm going to say in the James Henry Empowerment deal is to guard the door of your heart and to guard the door of your mind because of how this culture is. This is painful for me to have to say this, but we have to do that. You gotta think. Mid-February 1995, I was praying hard that my buddy Keith wouldn't die. I was praying hard for a miracle. And Jim Bob said, Jimmy, it's not going to happen. And Brad said, Jim Bob, don't tell him that. He said, Jimmy needs the hope. And if something goes wrong, we need to find a way to give Jimmy some comfort. So that's the thing. That's the thing. It's very, very painful. It's very, very painful. And life is tough. Life is tough. And I don't know what to do. Except to learn to trust the Lord. You can't trust a dang thing about in life when it comes to the opinions of others. You've got to seek counsel from heaven. You've got to seek consultation from heaven. Peer pressure is one of Satan's evil layers. And well, many people use it. And so when you're fishing for dreams, I don't know how it is in the lake. Okay, the lake analogy. Be careful of the turtles and the snapping turtles. Be careful of the frogs. You know what I mean? Because there's plenty of frogs. No, you want to fish. You want the stuff that dreams are made of. And I didn't want my dream with my BFE to die. I have a podcast. Our next podcast is where this series actually ends. And it's going to be tough. We're still going to continue some strenuous pattern episodes, but the series will be officially over and we're going to start what's known as a next podcast called Strenuous Living. And it's been crafted by me and JR. I think perhaps a little bit more JR. But the problem is, Satan will use, many people who claim that they're God-fearing to try to stamp out some things that you believe. Jesus made it very clear. Don't cast your pearls before swine. You cast your pearls before swine, they'll turn around and clobber you. Okay? You get your heart broken. You get your motivation sapped. You got mental illness, it becomes like got mental illness on steroids. So I'm not going to take a break from Toastmasters, but there may be some things that I make an announcement that I need time to decompress, and that's all it is. It's not that I don't want to continue feeding my audience, but I'm going away to Utah to be fed for a few days because I need it. But it's like I said, there's a thin line between professionalism and giving confidence. And I think in this culture, that line is being crossed too much. But Jimmy, look here on social media. But Jimmy, look over here on entertainment media. But Jimmy, the news is... Please. We've tossed the baby out with the bathwater. We've lost common sense. People know what common sense is. We've lost common sense about 33 years ago. But Jimmy, no, don't give me this, but Jimmy, I don't want to hear no protest about this. Jesus made it clear. Give not that is holy to the dogs, neither cast ye your pearls before swine, lest they turn again and rend you. But you're being unrealistic. I haven't really done much podcasting with this much feeling in a while. And to be honest with you, sometimes a podcaster needs a break to do some perspective. So I'm going to do some pre-recordings of some things and do the best I can with that. So I can grow. That's all I can say. So I'm gonna record the one for tomorrow. I'm gonna do a bridge recording on Saturday, and then for a while on the Strenuous Life Radio, some of that stuff is gonna be pre-recorded, so that we can press on. Because here's the thing: when you're going fishing for dreams, sometimes they're not biting because, with saying lakes, all the turtles, all the flies and stuff, feeding on something else. This is the same thing about how the world is trying to feed on the pearls of success, and it's doing it the wrong way. The strenuous life is knowing to sometimes take a break and embracing how you're living your life. And live it. Not farting around. Not messing around. God knows I love you guys. And I care about you guys. Okay? We stay in there. And we hang in there. Knowing that we can only trust in God. Okay? In this podcast, I'm going to ask for your prayers. I just need some time to figure me out, because I feel like it is 20 years ago, come full circle. And of course, this next episode, it's going to be sad. Gonna let you know, but I'm gonna make sure it's a happy. We're gonna find a way to have a happy twin, with being a happy ending. Okay, on this one. Okay, I promise. Hope you enjoyed. Please subscribe, become a part of the Strenuous Life Radio family. Until next time, don't just sit there and take it. Build your dreams so you can take it. Do what others don't. Do what others don't, so you can be what others won't. And do what others won't, so you can step out, step up, and step in to have what others can. Think strong, live strong, and live the strenuous life. And remember this, from the bottom of my heart, Jimmy loves you. I really, really, really love you. Have a blessed day.